Hello, how y'all doing? This is Tempered Moon. I'm getting ready to record a reading for Paige and Azzi. Um, I haven't been doing many on here because I don't get much support over here. So I go to my other channel where my views are better. People actually share my stuff. So, if you want a request, shoot me an email or post it under one of my old videos. Um, because I try to keep my Tarot Vibes channel separate from this channel. Um, I've actually kind of lost interest in doing these readings. So I've been doing zodiac signs, but I'm going to do this request and I'll probably be gone for a while. I might do a Joe uh reading and Krishan, and then I'll be probably MIA on my other channel because I also have a Spotify podcast now to where I do tarot readings on there for the signs. So, I'm not just on YouTube anymore, I'm everywhere. So I just wanted to give that brief explanation and I'm going to get started on the reading. First, I'm going to do a push and pull reading on them as a couple, and then I'll get into the compatibility relationship spread. So let's get this party started. Paige and Azzi, let's get the push and pull. All right, that's one. I don't like to see the cards till I'm done. Give me two. What pulls them apart? All right, and what needs I see attention at this point? All right, you sticking out. The overall energy, okay? There's a lot of things going on around this situation. They could both be two busy individuals, but they're keeping things together, all right? So, what brings them together? I feel like they have a lot of fun together. This is a very strong connection due to them having a friendship first, okay? So this is someone, or this is a couple that has actually built a friendship with one another, which brings closeness between them. I feel like, they share a lot of the same hobbies and a lot of just joyful energy around them. Like I say, they're friends first. And when you build something off of that, that makes a connection a lot stronger than if you just jump in head first, okay? And this is what pulls them apart. There could be some type of honesty here or recklessness here. Um, what pulls them apart is freedom, at times. Like they give each other a lot of space at times, and maybe one or the other doesn't truly like that. It could be the earth sign or water sign. I don't know their signs. Like I say, I never read up on them. But I feel like what pulls them apart is somebody's a little too generous or reckless in their spending. Someone loves to spend money, okay? They could be giving it freely to someone or family members or anything of the such. And that kind of gets in the way of the connection sometimes, how free spirited someone is with their money. Like I say, someone's very giving. I feel like someone doesn't have a limit, on what they spend. And that could be what pulls them apart, or how someone just easily gives in to the situation. They don't really fight for the situation. So somebody's ease to just let things slide or let things go, it could actually irritate the other. And what needs attention in this connection? Somebody tends to listen to outside people, or someone is selfish in some type of way. Like I say, someone that could be what causes issues in this connection is somebody's ability to be selfish or not really truly show their full emotions in this connection. All right. So yes, it is a strong connection, but there's some insecurities here too that needs to be worked on in this situation. Like I say, some one or the other is like quick to try to run from the connection or give up a little too soon in the situation. As soon as they hear something bad, they're ready to end it, ready to disconnect from the situation instead of talking it out or thinking things through. I feel like someone is very impulsive in this situation, you know? But I feel like there's still hope for the situation between them. All right. So we're going to see now the compatibility relationship spread. So we're going to see Azzi desires, and then we're going to see Paige desires, okay, in this connection. So what's Azzi's desires? Ooh, this is not going to be a long reading, y'all. All right, because I'm still recording for my podcast. Okay, that's Azzi. I felt the need to pull that pink one. All right, let's get Paige. Paige, what we have a Paige. Paige desires. I felt that one for her. All right, so we're going to put her desires over here. You know, wait, I want y'all to see it. All right, I want y'all to see it. All right, let's get the theme of their connection. Hold on, I got to make some room. All right, that's number 3, the theme of the connection. Now let's get to the challenges of the connection. Uh-oh, they wanted a pink over here. All right. Okay, that's 4. Now let's get to the emotional compatibility between them. Okay, emotional compatibility. Okay, you didn't always want to go in. All right, so let's get the physical compatibility between the two. Okay, you wanted to stick out. And oh, mental. All right, you came out. All right, the bottom of the deck. Things could be a little one-sided at times in this connection. Like somebody feels like they're not being recognized for whatever they do in this connection. And like I say, you know, what keeps this connection, what keeps them from separating from one another is they have a bond, okay, as friends. There's a friendship bond here. And most healthy connections start off as friends, okay? So let's get Ozzy's desires. She wants a little bit more patience, a little bit more investing in the connection. Like she's waiting for the hard work that she's put into this connection to pay off. So I feel like she's more of the patient one in this connection, okay? She's not pushing anything. She is the one investing though, you know. She's waiting for something to harvest in this connection, all right? Tell me about this 7 of Pentacles for Isaiah, okay? Yeah, that's some truth or some type of confession too. You know, she wants it to be seen, like she's putting it out in the open, and she's waiting for this silver lining at the end of the tunnel. Even though, you know, the stars in reverse, I feel like she does hope in a way that this situation can stand the test of time. All right, because she could be having a little trust issues when it comes to this connection. Who doesn't, you know? Who doesn't? All right. Yeah, this has a chance to lead to a higher level of commitment. All right, so we're gonna go towards Paige desires in the connection. She wants a fresh slate. She wants a new beginning. She definitely sees the potential in this connection with her. Like, you know, this is a risk worth taking on her end. We have Aries energy. So she definitely sees this as a major connection in her life. All right. So she's definitely all for it. All right. She sees the potential, you know. And I feel like maybe she's waiting to actually hear that from Paige, you know? Yeah, the star in reverse. Yeah, all right. She's not really coming clean about it. And I feel like though She does find her attractive now. We're not going to say that. But there's a need for her to say, get into the Queen of Wands energy and say what she has to say, because she's feeling stuck with this Pisces card here, the Hangman in reverse. I feel like when she finally speaks and tells her what she needs to tell her, things will start really jumping in their connection. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad connection, because it's looking beautiful for me. I get a good energy off of it. So we're going to see. But I feel like things are one sided. Someone is being selfish when it comes to the communication. She sees the potential, but she doesn't know that she sees the potential. She's just waiting. Okay. So we're going to get to theme. What is the theme of this connection? Baby, this is divine. Okay. We have the Empress here. This is a very abundant, and this situation can definitely grow. Okay, there's potential for growth here. That's the theme. All right. This is a very nurturing connection. It's divine feminine energy here. All right. So let's see. We have Taurus Libra energy. Tell me about this theme. All right. This definitely has the chance to grow. Tell me about this Empress energy. Yeah, Queen of Wands energy. Okay, that could be a little struggle of getting things off the ground with this situation, all right? Even though they have everything they need to have a strong connection in order for things to grow, there is someone that needs to have a deeper look into this situation. I feel like this is walking into a trap energy, because I feel like too, I've seen that where people give bad advice. I feel like somebody's taking on some bad advice in this connection, that could make things a little bit more difficult than they should be. Okay? Somebody definitely needs to stop trying to walk off or maybe run from this connection, because it is a divine connection. I know it's two women, but we both, men and women, have feminine and masculine energy. Okay? So we're going to go to the next part. All right, we're going to look at the challenges. Being romantic, being more open. Someone needs to follow their heart. And I feel like that is a challenge in this connection. I don't know exactly who, but it's on her end. But like I say, somebody's being more practical. So Azzi needs to follow her heart more, I feel like, because Paige is ready to dive in. That's the energy I'm getting. She's ready to follow her heart. She's ready to dive in. Okay? Maybe there needs to be more date nights. Some new experiences, something to spice up this connection. And I feel like that's a challenge. Like I say, maybe someone is in their head at times about walking away from this situation, spending some time alone to try to figure themselves out or find themselves in a way, and coming back together. But like I said, they're not willing to do that right now. This is a new connection, or I don't know if it is, but looks like someone is moving a little more impulsive than the other. All right. So let's get started. This emotional compatibility. All right. We don't get much emotional here. All right. But I feel like with this connection, it's a lot of openness. I feel like they're very honest with each other. Okay. So, yeah, let's get started. They're both emotionally open to speak freely, give freely. I feel like they both give a lot to each other, especially spending wise. They're very generous with each other. Let's see. What is this Four of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah. All right. There's no mind games here. I feel like they're actually not trying to move things forward too quickly. Okay. They're taking their time. There is love here. This is fresh. Okay. This is fresh. Okay, they do care about each other. But I feel like too, this openness with each other is what keeps them stuck on each other. All right. Keeps them from moving forward. All right. I feel like right now this connection is very exciting. They're enjoying it. They're not playing mind games with each other. They're just enjoying each other right now. So whatever type of connection they have, they're just enjoying it. All right. They're enjoying it. I feel like they're not really putting pressure on each other emotionally. They're just living life. So let's go to the next, physical compatibility. All right. Five of Swords. All right. Tell me about this Five of Swords for physical compatibility. Okay. I'm going to tell you. All right. The compatibility physically is there. But I feel like they're not really focused on physical compatibility. I don't know why I'm hearing pansexual, but neither one of them really falls in love with, it's a mental thing with them. It's like practical with them. Yes, they have other people, but I feel like they choose each other. They're very loyal to each other. Like I say, I don't really feel like it's a physical thing with them. You know, I feel like neither one of them are really shallow people, to be honest. I don't get any shallow energy off of them. All right. Could be the financial stability, the status and all that they have coming together with each other. But I feel like they're overcoming a lot of obstacles in this situation. So, yeah. Let's see now. Mental compatibility. For some of you, they're definitely focusing on maybe healing each other from past connections. This is a healing connection, whether you believe it or not. They enjoy it. They enjoy each other's time and enjoy each other's company. This could even be them reconciling or whatever. I don't know what their connection was or is fully. I'm just going off the cards, but this is definitely a situation that's restoring their hope when it comes to love, because I feel like with the star in reverse in the beginning on both of them, I feel like they both lost hope. They came together and they wasn't healed, okay, from past situations. I feel like they didn't really have faith in the connection, but as time goes by, they're going to become more comfortable with this situation. They're going to be more open to the connection. Um, so that's that. So let's pull a few cards on this situation. Give me some cards on Paige and Azzi. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. All right. Mm. They're in it for the long haul. They're going to be long-term party animals, sex. Yeah, there's a codependency here in this connection though. So yeah, there's going to be somebody's taking a risk in this connection, but yeah, this could be just a situationship, y'all. They're learning from each other, and they have a lot of lessons. It's a chance they'll be together for a long time. All right. So let's see. Give me this connection. All right. They have a lot of fun. They try to keep things light-hearted. Like they're not trying to put a full-blown label on it yet. You know, it's an uncertain connection right now. They're just giving this connection the benefit of the doubt. They're trying to give the relationship a chance. This is a soulmate connection. There's a lot of self-love here. So they could also separately be learning how to love themselves and coming together. They're not taking this connection serious just yet. Like I said, as time passes, things could change. Y'all like their significant others, well, but I and pay divine counterpart in the east. Okay, the there trying to rush yet. You know the nephew be growing now. Just to it. There are some people envious action that it say. I hope this. I'm a peace and kiss.